Everybody, welcome to the interview part of the Just Talk podcast. I'm here with Sully.
What's up, man? Nice to be here.
All right, so the first question I have for you is, how was your FIBA experience?
Well, it was awesome, man. Like, as a young boy, 15 years old, like, I was just trying to prove myself, even coming off the bench with older kids. It was good to play different countries like Spain, France, Montenegro, all of that. It was a great experience.
I think it's the FIBA rules are harder than the regular rules of basketball.
No, I think it's easier, and it's like more easier for like taller players because when the ball's going in the hoop, you can still tip it out before. It's like
no goaltending?
still sucking. There's no goaltending. That's why sometimes you see Wemby try it. Like I even Bouty that one practice try. So like that's the FIBA. You can still kind of tip it out if it's still kind of going in, even on a free throw. Like you can literally take it out, like if it's still around the rim.
Yeah, so it must be really hard to make that transition to the NBA because you're probably getting a lot of goaltenders.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So what led to the change for me to go from Britain to America?
Obviously, after that tournament, it was like it was during the COVID year after that, like the year after. So I was like, I'm just trying to go America because if you stay in the UK, like you end up like doing 2 years there, then you like lose your eligibility. It's kind of weird. So I was like, I'm going to just make the jump to high school. So I found St. Louis Christian Academy, and then it went from there.
What caused you to move from Missouri to Pennsylvania?
Oh, it's because the school closed down in St. Louis. So Newman Gray already kind of reached out to me during the COVID year. And then the coach still texted me again. He was like, yo, you still interested in coming to Newman? Got a host family there, all of that. So I was like, oh, sounds good. So I went.
Now, you received offers from West Virginia, Clemson, Georgia Tech, Arizona State. What made you to choose Iona?
Yeah, it was because at that point of view, like coming out of high school, the guys, like that was the year it was kind of changing. Like everyone was liking older guys. So I had some of those offers, but I wasn't going to play much as a freshman. So I was like, let me just go to Iona, Mac Quinn in school. They win Mac a lot. So I was like, oh, it's a good plan. Tobin Anderson, he just beat Purdue. I was like, it made sense. So I decided to go there.
Now, I assume the time you were recruited, Anderson wasn't the coach yet, and it was Pitino. So did Pitino recruit you at all, or was it just Anderson?
No, it was just Anderson. When he got the job, he kind of reached out to my high school coach. He came to watch me in the gym. So that's when he offered me.
Okay. Now my question is, in your first season with Iona, Anderson as a new head coach, how was that, the leadership with him? I feel like it's hard first year as a head coach to really be able to win a locker room over.
Yeah, it was kind of tough at the start because he had like a weird style of coaching, but no, he's a cool guy. Like I don't say he won us over because some guys still not like didn't respect him, but just was saying they didn't respect him as much as other coaches. So we kind of liked it. It was just on and off, but it was a weird vibe. But, he didn't really win us over, I would say. That's why we kind of had our difficulties, and everyone ended up transferring.
Yeah, it makes sense. There's nobody harder than Pitino. You say one thing the wrong way, and you're running laps for the next year.
He's weird. Totally similar.
Yeah, he scares me. I remember St. John's when they beat with that St. Hall game. It goes in the interview, and he just said, "Yeah, we suck. Yeah. Everybody's terrible. This team's awful." I've never seen a coach say that before, but Pitino, I got to give him credit. Guy's got guts, but. So, would you say it was more of a player coach team then? Like a player
Yeah, player team? Coach, I would say. It was more like towards the end of the season, we had issues. It was probably like player versus coaches. Kind of.
Really?
It was crazy.
Wow.
That culture was weird, bro. Trying to figure ourselves out.
I was going to ask you why you transferred from my own. The question yourself.
Yeah, man. Seems crazy like stories, bro.
Seems like a mess. Now, playing as a true freshman in Iona, how was that experience?
No, it was great because I definitely got lucky enough to start as a freshman like halfway through the season because the big man Osborne Shima, he was kind of out of a leg injury, so they put confidence into me. Being able to start as a freshman, first game against College of Charleston, that was amazing. So. It was pretty good, They had trusted me at the start of the season. It came back, it was a little slow after that, but, just tried to take as much as I can from him because he had experience with Pitino and the successful Iona, like guys that came before us.
Now, my question is, from what I've heard, when you entered the portal, had conversations with Albany, you had a lot of conversations with Ryan Daly.
Yeah.
Now, he ended up leaving Albany, and going to Bryant, I think. So my question for you is, when he ended up taking that job, were you already committed to Albany?
Yeah, I was already committed to Albany.
So how was your reaction to that?
No, I was just like, I knew something was up because, he wasn't texting me as the same, but he just came out like with a big message like, oh, it was a family, whatever he said. So he just said it was a bad opportunity, wish him the best, but I always kind of liked DK, so I trusted him. I love this program. I enjoyed my visit, amazing facilities. So I was like, I already knew DK from Newman Gray. He has a coach relationship with my high school coach, so it kind of made sense. And I liked the way he recruited me. He drove all the way to Iona. It was a 2.5-hour drive all the way back to Albany. So he showed that he cared.
All right. So regardless of Ryan Daly going somewhere else, you had your mind on Albany.
Yeah,
It wasn't like you didn't feel backstabbed at all.
No, I didn't really, because I still have guys there that I still like. So. Yeah.
Now, did you consider any other teams in the portal, or?
Yeah, I was speaking to you. Actually, you was mentioning Utah. I was speaking to Utah State because I had a connection there with Chris Haslam. He's a coach from England, and Danny Sprinkle, obviously, before he took the Washington job. Those recruited me a little bit. Some other big schools, but I probably wouldn't have played as much. So I like the Albany decision, and there's still they recruit good talent. DeMar, Casper, them guys from the pole built up with talent they already had with Justin, Mari, AR, and all the other guys. So yeah, it just made sense. Albany recruiting well.
You said you believed that Albany needed you. What do you bring that they needed?
Definitely physicality. Last year, I definitely felt like, DK was preaching how, the other guys went as tough. So definitely bringing physicality, tough mindset, skill, whatever I need in that position.
The last question I have for you is, was there a player who inspired your game?
Inspired my game? I say one of the guys I mentioned earlier, like Kevin Garnett, a skilled forward, good face-up game, good down low game, remodel his game, and obviously LeBron, that was my childhood idol, still is. Great forward.
Yeah, you have no influences from like where you grew up in Britain?
Oh, Britain, not really, because Luol Deng made the NBA, but I didn't really mold my game off them. Obviously, we had other NBA guy, Jeremy Sochan, Clay Poland, so playing national team with him too, it was fun.
So I guess that's something that I guess you are excited to do in your future, to play for like a national team in Great Britain, go maybe an Olympic team at that point. Is that?
Yeah, that would definitely be a goal if we get good enough. So
yeah, that's the toughest part.
It's hard to qualify, man. It's not easy.
To qualify.
Yeah, it's just the qualifying part. Like, it was cool in the youth, but now it's an immense team. So
you got to bring the culture. You got to start getting kids to start playing basketball.
The big bully.
Change the culture. All right. Well, thank you for coming on.
No, for sure, man. Appreciate it. Nice being here.